So, now I can cough in peace. Okay. Listen, let's keep going. It doesn't matter that the money is slow. It's not about money right now. It's about planning. We're going to do this retroactively, okay? This is the way we're going to do it. Who exactly do you want to be? How does this person move? How does this person walk? How do you think they walk? How do you think they talk? What colors do you think they wear? How do they wear their hair? How do they do their makeup? How do they move? What do they eat? What do they do when they wake up in the morning? We're going to work backwards because the tower here, justice, the tower, death. Oh my God. Okay, we get it. Complete transformation. We get it. Everything, upheaval. All right, be strong. Jump off the cliff because everything's on fucking fire, bitch. I got it. And those of you who don't jump at the eclipse, at the end of November, you're going to have to jump anyway. This is the nice version. Okay? But we're thinking backwards now. If you are going to be here, whatever this means to you, what does this look like to you? How much money? Who's the person? Where are you at? What do you do? How do you interact and show up with the world? Let's move backward because we're left with base 0. Okay, fine. We're at base 0. Got you. Thank you. Now we can begin again from scratch in peace. How appropriate. Scorpio fucking season. Okay, let's go. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I keep saying chess, not checkers. The cards are like checkers, checkers, checkers. I'm like, okay, all right. The cards are like, no, just making it complicated. It's really fucking simple. You need to reinvent yourself, and this is the time to do it. This is not the time to worry about money. Money is slow. Money is slow for everybody. It's the transit. It's not just you. You can't keep getting involved in the emotionally involved in the present stress. It just makes the stress come more. It just gets you in that spiral of negative manifestation that you know you do so well. We're not going to do it. No, Cancer. No. No, Cancer. The present stress, no matter how much it wants to pull you under. Let me tell you like this, okay? Whatever issue you have right now, however dire or serious they're trying to make it or you are trying to make it, I guarantee you that there are ways that you have not discovered yet that will make this easier. It's just not possible to see any of them for at least another 3 weeks. It's a test. Can you hold it together? Or do you need constant proof and constant affirmation? It's a test. And where is the test coming from? If you're a Cancer rising, that's Mars in your 12th house. And it's retrograde. That's pulling everything back, but just look at it like a slingshot. Talk openly, be honest, tell people how you feel. But just do it in a way that you're doing it from the voice of that person in the future instead of your own. Because it's time for the switch up. It's time for the change. Okay? When it comes especially to business, taxes, the law, you need to address it. You need to address it in the first 2 weeks. Do it now. Do it today. Do it now. Do it today. Just listen to me. Just do it. Just do it. Do not wait. It'll just get worse and there's nothing to worry about. It's all going to get resolved. But if you keep avoiding it, then it'll turn into something else, right? It'll trigger something else in the hologram. Like, oh, this person actually got an issue with this kind of thing. Throw more of this at them. No. You don't have an issue with nothing. You're going to get on top of it right away. Ha, 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 ha. Let's move forward, okay? Now, on the 8th, the eclipse... That eclipse is exactly what we've been talking about this whole day. You see yourself from the right perspective, not through the eyes of insecurity, not through the eyes of somebody that you think should love you but they don't, not through the eyes of the parent who should have been there but wasn't or didn't love you. You see yourself as you actually are, and immediately you start cutting shit out. You're like, this doesn't actually suit me, that doesn't go with my image, this we're updating. Like, brass tacks. There's no more fluff, there's no more euphemisms about that. You want the basics. You're like, okay, get rid of that, I don't like this anymore. It's savage what you're doing with your image, but it's so great, it's so necessary, it's so chic, it's next fucking level. You just have to trust yourself, okay? You just have to trust yourself, because your style evolution now, your image evolution, it's coming from such a real, honest place where you're looking at yourself and being like, this is what I fucking see. This is actually who I am. I see it how it really is, and I'm so excited about it, right? And you're not taking personal the things that you're noticing that are not really, your vibe anymore. You're not taking it personal, being like, oh my God, I don't want to be like this. I can't believe I'm like that. You're just like, yeah, I don't like that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. Yeah, I don't like this color hair anymore. Yeah, I don't like this kind of dressing anymore. Yeah, I don't want to be this type of, like, whatever it is, you're not getting in your feelings. This is not personal. This is not, because like I said, you're not looking through the eyes of insecurity. You're not looking through the eyes of someone who didn't love you, who should have loved you. You're literally just looking at yourself like another person, because you're actually emotionally healthy. So you're just like, okay, well, that's easy. That's changeable. That's fixable. That's solvable. Next. And when a Cancer gets there, thank you, next, okay? And this eclipse takes you right there. So, of course, once you figure that shit out, what? People get paid the big bucks for that. Once you figure out what you can clean off of your image and streamline your image, whoa, you're like a walking logo, okay? Now, there is another very sensitive element here when it comes to friendships. It's not just that you figure out that people don't have your best intentions, or that they don't really like you very much. It's an odd thing to say, but it's like they always want to be around you, but they don't really like you very much. The other thing that kind of takes almost the whole month to sink in, and at the end of the month, you're like, wait, and this, is that you're also realizing how much they wanted to be around you for specifically financial gain and not anything else. And that's really painful. It feels like, in a lot of ways, at the end of November, even though you feel so blessed, it can also feel like the fundamental foundations of the things that you thought held you together as a person are falling apart. And I know that's a really big thing to say, but if you're thinking about finances, friends, family, things like institutions, these like bedrock things that you as a Cancer need, that you absolutely depend on to understand who you are and where the lines are of who you are, right? And the boundaries of you, like the things that you use to define yourself. If those things are falling apart and don't hold any weight with you anymore, then what? Then what? Who are you? Who are they? What have they been really using you for? Once your vision gets clear because your feelings get out of the way, it can get tricky. Well, not tricky. It can get pretty volatile for other people, pretty calm for you. That's saying a lot. It's really hard to control your reactions when you figure this stuff out too. It's really easy to get in your feelings, especially if this is someone you've known for a long, long time. It just feels so tragic. It feels like such a deep betrayal. You want so much to just lay them out, you know, like they deserve it. Like you're owed it and they deserve it. And what's the issue? And I could just do this. And the cards and the astrology are like, no. No, you can't. Why not? Because you're better than this. And because I know that secret, and so do the cards, that nobody else seems to know, which is, even though you're really good at putting people in their place, you always feel like shit about it. You don't want to do it. You're an open, loving soul who just wants to be left alone and do cool shit and have people talk to you nice and be respectful. Like, you're not asking for a lot. But you're not the type of person who enjoys humiliating someone or tearing someone down. But when people, you know, when people go at you sideways, that's what they're going to get. And later you do feel very guilty about it. Because it's not your nature. And that's really my point. Is like, however much you think someone out there deserves what they deserve, do they also deserve the extreme privilege of getting to pull you out of your nature? That's a really big thing. And if they're at such a deficit when it comes to manners or morality or, you know, just the basic, like, human building blocks of civilization, if they can't do that, are they really someone who's worth getting pulled out of who you are for? Seems like an extreme price to pay for access to someone that you don't even respect, that you don't even like. Why would you be paying such a dear price to have access to someone who isn't worth, you know, a moment of your time? They've already taken so much. Why would you also now give them the additional huge gift, compliment, ball of energy that they can, like, you know, Smeagol, live off of forever? Why would you do that? You know, because when they pull you out of who you are, you know they know it, right? You know they know it, and that ball of energy that you give them, they can live off of for the rest of their life because they made you compromise who you are. This shit gets very deep. And you have a chance this month, no bullshit, especially towards the end of the month, to be a better person, a stronger person, a more in control person, a more boss-ass fucking person than you've ever been in your life. And remain completely fucking calm and have complete control over the fucking situation and do exactly what the fuck you want. And, like, fucking win, give, share, you know what I mean? Like, all those people that all those people that wrote you off, that counted you out. Oh my God. Oh. And you're still all fucked up? What a surprise. What a surprise. This will go left. Do we need to talk about this? Listen, if you're new to the Cancer video recurring Virgo experience, here it is. Once again, you may try. Once again, they're a douchebag. Once again, they're a douchebag who misses you. Once again, they're a douchebag who comes around. Once again, they have not changed and are toxic in exactly the same ways as they were before. Once again, that completely hooks you. Except this time, with these fixed squares and this insane eclipse, this becomes a vehicle of some very hard truths. And then it'll be even harder to control your reactions, yeah? Very difficult, But you'll be talking from a place of like completely not knowing what you're saying, and nothing looks right, and you're stressed about money, and so that's a bit, you don't want to say nothing about that. Just hold. Because Sag season brings financial stability, everything starts to make sense, and you don't want to get there and be a complete mess because, you know, but it's like, it doesn't even matter that in Sag season everything mellows out if you spend all of the next, 3 weeks feeling like the world is going to end. Like, even the relief of everything leveling out won't do anything for you. So just keep that in mind when you're starting to like really, get there. Just pull yourself back, because in a couple of weeks, I'm only laughing because I'm uncomfortable. Just pull yourself back, because in a couple of weeks, you'll be fine. Now, instead of an earthy figure, if you have a watery figure making your way into their life, especially someone who you feel is questionable in their attitude or their nature specifically because of money, it's a very good chance that they're hiding way more than you think they are. And I don't think they're very good at filling your cups. And there'll just be another opportunity to learn a lesson. But if you can teach them how to fill your cups, I think you'll be doing something for them that no one's ever been able to do. And then there's a good chance that there could be a future there. But you got to be really careful. Because even if you show someone the way, if they are who they are as a person, getting shown a new way doesn't necessarily mean they take it or that they can sustain it. They still are who they are. Fundamentally changing as a person. Now, if you're dealing more with an earthy energy, especially if you're dealing with a Gemini energy, there is a lot of back and forth. There is a lot of sharing the trauma and the pain. There's someone from the inside to be quite traumatized, but from the outside, they're just doing great. You have some sort of envious, confused sort of nature when it comes to this person. You want to understand what it is that makes their ability so smooth, so easy. Why is it so effortless? Why do I have these moments of panic where I cannot sustain that flow? So what will really help is to pull the envy back, realize that everybody's exactly the same. Everybody has struggles in one way or another that are fucking awful and terrible and make us feel like we're dying. And once you get there, once you realize that we're all base level fucking broken and just like in terror and running for our lives in the dark, you know what I mean? Then from that baseline, you can take this person and you can really look at them with loving eyes, with understanding and compassion. And the secret to how they do this will completely unlock for you, because they're not holding it secret. Your resentments are keeping you from being able to see how they do what they do. You can't see it. It's right there. But because you're looking at them, again, this becoming a theme, because you're looking at them through the eyes of resentment, through the eyes of envy, through the eyes of self-pity. Why can't I have that? Why does my life have to? You are completely ignoring the absolute fact that we are all in one way or another just seriously fighting for our lives, just like running for our lives in the dark. So once we get you to baseline about this person, that person, romantic interest, someone you admire, someone you wish you had the things that, whatever it is, once you get to baseline, which is like all of us are just completely terrified, then you can start to see, just like what's happening with you when you're looking at your own image, you can start to see outside of the eyes of insecurity, outside of the eyes of lack, outside of, the eyes of inadequacy. And what you see is yourself clearly, and you can easily edit out of your image what you don't like, and it's nothing personal. And you can also see the jewels and gems and the people around you and how they do what they do, because you're no longer looking at them as someone who is just triggering your own inadequacies and your own insecurities. It has nothing to do with that. Do you understand? You're not looking at things that way anymore. Now, Umber, why are we not looking? I don't know. It could be Mars in Gemini. It could be this insane eclipse and there's no coming back from the way it shifts our vision. I personally think that's what it is. But also, you know, I feel like they say like, oh, eclipses, the energy lasts for like 6 months. I feel like their energy, like you work up to it too. There's a cascade of events that kind of leads up to it, a bunch of realizations, especially certain kind of eclipses. And you know, I feel like you getting more and more comfortable with who you are and how you are has been a process that's been going on since the beginning of the year. And only because of that can you see your image as it is now and not have your feelings hurt and not let it get to your ego and not take it personally and not let it upset you and emotionally imbalance you. And instead you're just able to see it like almost clinically, like, you know what I mean? It's almost like disinterested, like, okay, yeah, that's what it is. Cool, just take that out and take that out. And, you know, c'est chic, like, that's it, we're done. So, if you can hang on here and not lose your cool, and also in doing so reaffirm to the universe that you are actually the person out here that you said you were and that you know that you're going to be. If you can hold it together like that person would be holding it together in the face of whatever you're facing now, that's the key to manifestation. Behaving like the person in the future, reacting to the situations in the now. You understand that? When you start doing that, it'll take you about 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get it, you know, really moving for you. Sag season, financial stability. Your patience is rewarded. In the meantime, when you're feeling up and down and not in control, please don't take it out on your body. Don't overwork out. Don't overeat. Don't over fast. Don't oversleep. Don't stay in the house all the time and just not go outside. Don't do any of these physically self-isolating things that you know that we do. Don't do them. Because it's a way of indulging something that's very negative within you. Just don't do it. Go outside even if you don't want to. I'm going to say it again. Go outside even if you don't want to. It's fine. You'll be fine. You need to get out of your surroundings. Take a breath and you can always go back. Okay, but when we're going through this level of upheaval, my God, we just want to stay in the shell. And what do we do in the shell? Eat and sleep. And then all of a sudden it's Christmas time and we're twice the size, or we're twice as heavy, or we're just puffy. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because in Scorpio season we got sad. So really, this is all just like a long drawn out way to be like, when it comes to getting sad, once again, we're here to take the same test and sit for the same test that we take every year. When it comes to being sad, turns out this is like the big boss final exam when it comes to this thing. Are you gonna get upset? Or can you control your reactions and your emotions? Also, don't keep yourself from going outside because you think you're weird or you look weird or you don't look how you used to look or whatever the fuck. Okay. No, but some people know me. You're going to say people don't care, but people are going to notice. Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. You're right. People are going to notice. So what? Is it going to take money out of your bank account? Is it going to affect your family? Is it going to affect the fucking weather? What is it going to affect? So what? Okay, they see it. Okay, they see you. Okay, and they can suck a dick. So what? They see you. So what? Yeah, they see you. And what? What, they have a problem? Because you know nobody has a problem. So then what the fuck are we talking about? Go outside. Don't let these people stop you. Don't do it. Don't let these people stop you. Love you.